Yo, what it is, man? It's your boy Cody from the Lit, and I'm back with another one, man. This is Kill the Comment Section, dog. Yes, sir. And I'm back with one of my motherfucking day ones. On God, bro. That's my motherfucking, my dog, my cousin, my producer, my DJ, he a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? My confidant, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking chop guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Eastside representing, man. So,
what's happening, man? Stone in the building.
Yes, sir, bro. How you feeling, dog?
I'm feeling good, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
Yes,
when I saw you had a platform that, you know, I do this podcast and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So I had a podcast 10 years ago, actually.
That's crazy.
If you think about it, that's kind of crazy. 15?
That's when you had the Chop Guy cast?
Yeah, it was a album review podcast, and you know, things wasn't like it is now.
Not bad.
Like everybody has a podcast now,
yeah.
But I just saw something that was like untapped, and it was like, okay, well, I was getting a little older, and I wanted to review albums from a, you know, critique from an older person, and not just a person that just fly by night and listen to something and throw it away.
Yeah.
I dig deep into some shit, like, you know what I'm saying, albums and singles and whatever, because I'm a hip hop culture nerd for real.
Yeah.
Like I know, I pay attention to everything that's going on that's probably don't even deal with what I like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just when I listen to music, because I have a DJ brain.
Yeah.
So when I listen to music, I don't listen to for what I like or whatever.
Yeah.
I just like, what does the world feel about this? Whenever I hear a song, I'm like, does this work? Mm-hmm. Where does this work?
Yeah.
And shit like that. So that's where I was coming from with the podcast. But I just want to say I'm proud of you for like constantly being creative and finding other ways to be creative, whether it's rapping or singing or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. This podcast shit is like another way to just get out your thoughts and be creative, and as long as you stay consistent, like,
yeah,
that's the main thing.
Yeah,
like,
man, appreciate that. I ain't gonna lie, man. Seeing you, Dope, Big G, Rob Madden, all y'all dudes, especially when Dope was doing Bigger Than Pancakes, like, I was tuned into that shit heavy. So y'all for sure. Y'all definitely inspired me to do this shit. No cap. I always felt like that was a dope ass space for you guys. So, yeah, man. I always thought it was a dope ass space for you guys. Cause you know I look at y'all like my OGs, bro. So being able to sit there and get game from y'all, even if I'm not in the same room with y'all, this shit is amazing. So I mean, when I created this, it was my original thought was to bring something to the table that people weren't doing. Not necessarily bring some controversy to the table, because I feel like we got enough of that. I wanted to bring something to the point where, you know, you might have somebody from a different walk of life, from a different viewpoint, from a different sexuality, a different identity, from whatever, from just a different background in general. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to be able to have certain uncomfortable conversations with certain people. Okay. And that's a real reason why I ended up starting it in the first place. But it kind of grew into, you know, when we came up with Kill the Comment Section, it came into, you know, the whole idea behind this now is basically the name speaks for itself. Kill the Comment Section. I feel like we put such a big what you call it, a big emphasis on what is done on social media. Everything that we do has to be validated by somebody else. Likes, comments. If you feel like you wrong, if a lot of people don't agree with you, or if people slam you in the comments, and I just wanted to kill that need to look for validation from somebody else besides yourself. So that's one of the reasons why we created Kill the Comment Section.
I really fuck with that concept, because, you know, nigga like me, I was there when social media was created. I'm old, yes. Yeah. Yes, I was there. So, you know, at that time, it was just a place for everybody to just have fun and do whatever they did in their real life, and project it to whatever was on the internet. So it's like, nowadays, it's kind of like, okay, what do y'all think? It's a group think type thing. Yeah. So it's like, this group of people have one thought and they're popular, so that goes to everybody that they're followers, and then you see what they said, and then now you're like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Now you think how they think.
Yeah.
You're one of them now.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't have an individual thought no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And what's crazy is, bro, they demonize you for being an individual thinking and thinking for yourself and being a critical thinker. Like, let's just take, and I'm not gonna go too deep into. Let's just take this. Let's just take this act that we all just seen play out on social media with our, you know, our whatever you want to call them, with Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have a conversation based around the ramifications of something like this happening and how that could affect us as a people, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Everybody having this big hoorah and this hooray about somebody losing their life. Whatever floats your boat.
Which but I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't wish death on my worst enemy. However, I understand when you put a certain energy out there, it always comes back to you. So I understand that part of it. But I wasn't even diving into or mourning him or defending him or any of that. I'm indifferent when it comes to him passing. No, I'm not indifferent. I'm indifferent in the sense of I really never had an opinion about dude. Right. But as far as celebrating somebody's death, that's not what I'm on. Right. But I wanted to talk about it from a perspective as, like I said, y'all having this big hoorah, y'all laughing and joking. Have y'all ever thought about the ramifications and a chain of events that could set off from people that have never seen somebody they look at as a leader being as what they would call assassinated? We've been through that.
For sure.
And they'll know what to expect from us. We don't know what to expect from them when their backs are against the wall like that and something like that happens. So I wanted my people to be aware and conscious of situations like that. But like I said, when you're not in the group, when you're not participating in what the group is participating in, they want to demonize you. They want to put you in a group and say you're defending, you're mourning, and it's just like, nah, bro. Yeah. Like, we gotta be able to have conversations without, you know what I'm saying? Just because you might not agree with certain things, we still need to be able to sit down and have conversations. And that's, like I said, the original reason why I even came into this space. I wanted to have those, you know me, nigga. I like, you know what I'm saying? I like the debate. Like, no bullshit. Shorty, if you watch this, there's a girl on my motherfucking Facebook. No bullshit, bro. Nigga, I sat there and argued with this bitch on Facebook probably for like 5-6 hours in the DMs. Just because I was at work bored. I was at work bored as hell. I was like, I need something to get me through this day. I was like, you know what I enjoy doing? Arguing with a motherfucker. So let me goddamn get it. She was already on my shit, so I was like, let me just go ahead and then we did that shit. And then by the time it was time for me to go home, just like work, nigga, that shit was packed up and gone too.
You don't even think about it.
I don't think about that shit afterwards.
But
we wasn't even talking about it. We wasn't going back and forth about nothing that meant shit. It was just, I'm bored, let me argue. You know what I'm saying? I'm a debater, but I always felt like, nah, we can't be in a place, especially the United States, where freedom of speech is such a big thing. We can't be those people that can't have conversations, bro. We gotta have conversations. That's one of the reasons why I got into this space. For I want to have conversations.
I think that's dope. I just think that you know, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm not the one that's gonna go back and forth because I know people's mental space is not the greatest.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of reflects on you if you have to go back and forth. Now, you saying that you're just bored and you don't even think about it afterwards.
Yeah, no. In that sense,
well, what I'm saying,
we was arguing about some nonsense.
So yeah, what I'm saying is, there's people that do this all day that just want to get their point across and tell people that they're wrong.
You know what they call it?
What's that?
Rage baiting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a very popular thing on social media. So I know a lot about that because I used to be a troll.
This nigga used to be a troll, bro.
Sorry.
Who blocked you and who still got you blocked right now?
Big Boy blocked me, Kid Cudi blocked me, Rick Ross blocked me, a bunch of people blocked me. That's because, you know, we'll get into it. But
you blocked nigga.
it wasn't no personal things or whatever, but I'm a chopped and screw DJ, so they probably looked at me, tagged them all the time. I used to be a spammer, like I would spam they names and shit like that, and that's how they probably blocked me. But I used to be very opinionated on social media. I don't really care that much anymore because I know a little bit, maturing. I know a little bit more about how brains work. Like I know that people just have shit to get off their brain, and a lot of shit they don't even mean. Like they, you know what I'm saying? That's like they're just they just want engagement, and I don't even want to say clout. It's just really just engagement.
Yeah.
So, and those two things are different, because engagement is like I need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Clout is like I need to be in the front of attention.
Yeah.
That's two different things.
Attention whore.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Yeah, bro. So I ain't gonna lie, I see myself go through like one of the things where I ain't gonna lie, bro. Social media had me in a bad way where when I was trying to preach that side of it to certain people, motherfuckers had me looking at myself like, bro, am I tripping? Am I fucked up? And I was like, damn, nah, hold on. I'm falling for the shit that I'm trying to get my people out of. Hold on, nah. Then I had to step away and be like, I had to go back and read what I said. Was like, nah, I was totally dead on, bro. Cause I'm not celebrating. Like I said, I wanted people to understand a bigger picture of something. I didn't want to go back and forth about whether you thought it was right or wrong that this man was killed. That's y'all to decide. That's you. I'm not an evil person like that where I'm gonna celebrate somebody's death. So I'll leave y'all to that.
Right.
Leave that to y'all. But as far as how it affects us moving forward, I definitely wanted to have that conversation with people, and people just was not forward. So I ain't gonna lie, but it sent me through like a little depression, and it lasted for like 2 days, but I got up out of it real quick. At the same
time, it is a time and a place. What we're talking about just happened, basically.
Yeah. So
people are not ready to have those conversations when things are just new to the news cycle. You know what I'm saying? So they're emotional about shit.
Bro, when the fuck did it get this bad?
Man, this has been a thing. Like social I will media, say like for me I'll give it like 10 years. But I would say everything that I look at in life is from COVID on. And so things definitely changed after, and that was 5 years ago. Well, more than 5 years ago at this point, but like people had a reset. I know I did. Yeah. But shit, a lot of people don't even know that happened. Like a lot of people don't know how that affected them. You know what I'm saying? They just went along with life.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's get into a little bit of that, because I know life changed for you in 2020.
For sure.
And I know for sure life changed for me in 2020. So let's dive into that. Like how did COVID affect you? And what's some of the things you discovered about yourself? Some things that you might not have liked about yourself that you was willing to change and you feel like you needed to change?
Leading into COVID, it was more like I had went through something right before COVID, so it wasn't really like COVID that sparked the change in me. It was like I need to change something because I was 30 and things were like I need to figure out what's going on in my life, and then COVID hit. Yeah. So that was like I had went through therapy and all that type of stuff. That was right before COVID. Yeah. So then I was like, okay, now I'm stuck in the house
with yourself and
with myself and with my thoughts, and now I have no choice
but to deal with it.
I have to deal with it, and it's like it was kind of the best thing that happened to me. Like it was like I really needed to go through this to understand who I am. Yeah. I always been like a very intentional person, so that kind of intensified it to where it's like I have nothing to blame anything on. This is just me. Yeah, this is anything that I have to, anything that I got going on, I gotta fix it myself, and I'm there.
No bullshit.
Nobody else is there.
I mean, cut you up, but I kind of went through that same realization, and I think, like you said, it was the best thing for me, for myself, because I tended up until 2020, and I say, how old was I? 24, 25, around there. I would blame a lot of my shortcomings on the fact that I felt like I was cheated out of having my pops around as much as he should have been. I blamed it on my mom's making it. Well, I ain't gonna say mom, because at that point I didn't even realize it until after he passed. I didn't even realize it, but I kind of put it on those traumas. And then when 2020 finally came around and it sat me down, pops passed, had my little blow up with my moms and all that shit, and I sat there and I was like, you know what? None of this shit gonna get fixed if I don't fix it.
Thanks.
And this man is gone. I can't continue to blame my shortcomings on him. Anything from this day forward,
because what else?
It's on me.
Yeah, what else you gonna do?
Yeah, nah, fact. So I feel like, yeah, that was one of, like you said, that was one of the best things that ever happened for me.
So so for me, just on a literal sense, I got laid off from my job, so it was kind of like, oh, now I can be who I actually want to be as a fucking producer, DJ, and all that type of stuff. And you know, they was giving money away and all that type of stuff. So I'm like, now this is my profession. That's how I looked at it. Yeah. Like, I took it as a blessing, and I know things were fucked up in the world, but like, everything was going great for me for some reason. Then I was like, oh, let me take advantage of this.
This nigga was probably the only, like, definitely, like, mellow, happy nigga. He probably the only person that literally says, like, every once in a while, damn, I miss 2020, bro.
For sure.
I wish it would go back.
And I'm not alone. I mean, I know things were going, but hey, the reason why I can say that is I took advantage of what was going on. I was present in the moment and did what I needed to do with what was given to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, I didn't catch COVID. None of my, close family members caught COVID. And so it didn't really affect me like that. And, but it was a thing to where, I need to really, sit in this and be present and actually figure out what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, we get to a point to where we're just working every day, mm-hmm. and then we just like, well, this is my life because I'm going to work every day. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, I literally didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to go to no job. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have no responsibilities. I don't have kids. I don't have a family of my own. So it's like, I'm responsible for myself. I have just this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what am I going to do with me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a personal thing for me. And like I said, I did therapy before COVID. So I went through something right before all that shit happened. So I had to realize it was like, this is all on me. Yeah. I either drop the ball or I keep going. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Facts. So that's just kind of what it was. I was hyper focused. Shout out to Dope Tomorrow. We came up with God's 2 at that point. God's 1 was something that we did probably like 5 years prior to that, but God's 2 was like a hyper focus, like, hey, we have nothing else to do. Let's put out some music that we actually wanted to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like not chasing no success, not chasing anything. Let's just put out music that we just want to do. Yeah. And that's what God's 2 was. So leading after that, this guy called me for a studio session.
Hey, bro.
And that changed everything.
Oh God, I'm saying that. Shout out to Big Hef, man. Shout out to Big Hef. Shout out to his skid.
Shout out to Big Hef.
Shout out to motherfucking Rich Boogie for the alley oop on that, because he hit me up earlier that day and was like, "Is yo a skid? He's looking for songwriters, and he gonna put you in contact with Big Hef." I talked to Big Hef, and Big Hef hit me and was like, "Yo, I need songwriters." I was like, "Bet, I got that. You know any producers?" Shit, yeah. Let me goddamn round them up. So I hit up every single. He was the first person I hit up. I thought of, and bro, look, bro, in that bitch, fucking probably 10, 15 deep. Nah, I ain't gonna say 10, 15. We probably 8 or 9 deep in that motherfucker.
At first, yeah.
Yeah, 8 or 9 deep in there, and then, bro, I'm talking about like the full like. I'll say this as far as in my career, having a camp for 3 days, we got the label experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
was a real eye opener for me. Just because, like I said, I'm a hip hop culture nerd. I've seen it from the outside. I've studied this shit.
Yeah.
Seeing it from the inside, it was like, oh, okay, this is how it works.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, regardless if you want to, have somebody write this song or you producing for this or blah blah, it's like everything is just there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not worried about just who you like and all this type of stuff. No, this is the business. We talking about business right now.
Trying to make the best record possible.
We talking about records.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? This is not an individual. It's not what's the song? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just opened my eyes up to the business of the music industry. Yeah. And it was stuff that I kind of already knew. It was just eye-opening to just see it up front. It was like, okay, yeah, I like, regardless of, you know what I'm saying, we doing business. Regardless of what the song comes out, like if the song don't come out, whatever, we in there to do a job.
We did business, we got paid.
We got paid.
You know what I'm saying? We got paid. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say, my boy, we got the full label experience. Bruh, I done been in some writing sessions, writing camps, whatever. But it would probably be only for a day, a couple hours. This was my first time doing one for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Probably about 3-4 days. And dog, shout out to Big Head, bro. Like, I'm talking about, bro, big ass. Like, first off, the first day, I remember this shit like verbatim. First day we was in that bitch. First off, we so caught off guard, but we just like, I didn't been in studios. We all have been in studios, right? But it's just like, all right, now instead of us paying for a session or we coming here to work on our shit, somebody's paying us to come to their studio,
right,
to do work. And then, bro, like, just the look of everything, this shit look fucking crazy. Shout out to Young King Music Group, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Chris, you know what I'm saying? Waka Osiris Pops.
Word.
He showed mad love. That's a real nigga. You don't want to cross him. You feel me? Nigga, the second day, nigga, we was in that bitch. We walked
know
in
why.
that motherfucker. Hey, bro, I'm going to just say something was put on the table.
We know why.
You know what I'm saying? Something that you all. That's some real shit, my boy.
Yeah, this was like the first time I've actually been called into the studio to do work. Like, usually it's like, okay, like who you know what I'm saying? Who want to work? Blah blah. No, we was called in to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. This is a job that we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think the dopest thing for like full circle moment for me as a. And like, no bullshit. Don't take this the wrong way, cause like, and I say shit like this, cause at the core of me, at the very very foundation of me, nigga, I am an athlete. I am a competitor. So certain shit, looking back on it, it put a battery in my back. 13 years old, when I realized, hey bro, this is what I want to do. And I found out this man made beats. He was the first person I came to.
Let's go back to that.
Yeah, bro.
You was what, 13, 14?
13.
So let's see, I probably was 22, 23, something like that. I'm a grown ass man. This nigga come asking me for beats as a 13.
Hey, bro.
Like, come on, man.
Believe in me, cuz.
What are we talking about? And now, granted, this is like this is like my first or second year trying out music. Like, I you know what I'm saying? I know that I was good at making beats and shit. Like, but this wasn't something that was. I'm like, this is my career and all that type of stuff, but I knew that I wasn't trying to hear no 13-year-old rap on my beats. Like, what are we talking about? Get this ass nigga out.
And that's exactly what that nigga said. Bro, this nigga said, I said on Chop, I started, and what's crazy is, I looked his ass up on YouTube. I found beats in this fucking, I found beats in the computer that was there. It was a Windows, like an old ass Windows XP motherfucker. And I found some beats in the Windows Media Player. It was like some Street Fighter shit they had made.
Oh shit.
It was a couple things made. And then I was like, oh shit. And then when you went to YouTube, it was already signed into his YouTube. So I'm like, I'm going through beats, and then nigga, I found this one beat. He was sampled "Say" by Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, my nigga. Bruh, I hounded that nigga potty for 3-4 years about that
beat. I'm like, bro, I don't even like this beat. I don't care.
I said, hey, bro, let me get this beat. He was like, he dead ass looked at me, bro. He said, bro, what you gonna do with my beats? He said, bro. He was like, nah. He was like, I'm cool on Lil Bow Wow, like that ass. That's really how he put me, right? So that, and then years later, being the nigga to call him and be like, hey, bro, this what I got for you. Like, that shit felt so good to me. Not on some like, nigga, I told you shit, but it's just like,
but
nigga,
I get it, because I just know that even you know, after that, I followed your journey because you didn't quit. Like, you just really was about this. You know what I'm saying? And you had already had connections and was in the studios.
Put a lot of legwork.
Put out a lot of work. And then for me, like I said, I'm a hip hop culture nerd. I get this shit. I know the ins and outs of this shit. But I just never got the opportunity, you know, to show my like in person, to show my worth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was there when social media was made. So I put my shit out there, you know, from the beginning. And it was successful. You know what I'm saying? So of course, you know, young nigga, I got a big head. I'm like, nigga, my shit going up. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And that is kind of, you know, my experience in every aspect of what I do. Like, from the chopping school, from the mashups, from the producing, this shit, like when I put out shit, it go up. So it's like, I know that I'm good. I just never got the opportunity to just be there and be what I studied. I studied the industry. You know what I'm saying? So when I got into the room, I'm like, oh, this is what it is. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And another thing that it taught me is, like, understand that you belong here. Like, you belong in the room.
That is.
So that's what that taught me. It was like, oh, I'm supposed to be here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What I'll take this away from it, because we had a lot of niggas there. It was some niggas that took advantage of opportunities, and there was some niggas that didn't. It was some niggas that just got so caught up in their own shit that they really just couldn't even seize the opportunity. This man seized the opportunity, and it ain't like it surprised me, but it was just like, I thought my best, like, I'm not gonna put them out there, but I thought these people that I brought to the situation would have took advantage of the situation, because this is what they said they wanted to do, and they didn't do that. He's always been, nigga, I'm gonna do this shit regardless of who, what, when, where. I'm gonna do this shit.
Regardless of how I make money from this shit, this is what I do.
Facts.
Like, it is what it is.
He showed up, he took full advantage of it, and like, nigga, that was 2021. You got a 4 or 5 year relationship with Big Hef now.
So that was 2021. So
got a radio joint out of it.
The people that we was in the studio with bought the beats. I don't even know where they at, but they paid me for them. So it was
shout out to Jay Manson.
So even with that, got paid, then got placements from Big Hef. Couple of days after the studio sessions, Big Hef, me and Big Hef and Askia got on the call, and we was just kind of like talking, like, what's going on? Like, you know, it was kind of like a buzz, like, what's up with y'all, guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is he signed? Like, what's going on? It's like, so that's how we kind of built a relationship. And like, Big Hef was working on a project. I did a beat, I sent it to him. Ended up being the intro to his project, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So his connections, shout out to DJ Ryan Wolf. He was on Sirius Radio. He dropped that bitch. We talking about Sirius Shade 45. This nigga premiered that shit.
Now, we can talk about this because this is a shared experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of my circle, my immediate circle, I'm not talking about the niggas who I didn't met in the industry and niggas really got real deal plaques and, you know what I'm saying, doing festivals and all this shit. We ain't talking about that. Out of my immediate circle, me and this man are the only people that have had shit on the radio.
For sure.
I'm talking, and it's like, bro, like, not in a brag way, but just like, it's certain things that I can like, so I haven't made it to the promised land yet, but it's certain things I can fucking hang my hat on and be like, nigga, ain't too many people say they did that. Ain't too many people say they did that. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, talk about a full circle moment. On that call with Big Hef and Skia, one of the questions they asked me was like, what are your goals in this? Like, what do you want from this? I was like, man, I definitely want a song on the radio.
That's crazy.
And it was like, all right, cool. Like, it was kind of like, he made that happen.
Yeah.
Cause I said it. And it was like, I always like respect him for that, because it was like, he had to, you know what I'm saying? He had to do that. And he don't know me from nowhere, but like, he just fuck with that energy that we had for them 3 days. It was, he always say that he never experienced some shit like that, to where like that energy that
energy
built.
was fucking. I'm talking about niggas writing hooks in 5 minutes, beats getting made in 5-10 minutes. We just knocking shit out, bro. Shout out to Fool Boy Marley. You know what I'm saying? What up, though? You know what I'm saying? You need to come here. You know what I'm saying? Sit down with the boy. You know what I'm saying? I already know. Yeah, bro. We have, you know. You know what I'm saying? I might come to Detroit and we do it up there. But yeah, shout out to Fool Boy Marley. Fool Boy Marley pulled up, and from jump, soon as bro walked in there and said he was from Detroit, I jumped up. I was like, yeah, I'm an Atlanta nigga, but I got ties to Detroit. I spent time in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? My loved ones is from there. So it's just like, nigga, soon as he said that, we clicked. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, we end up writing a record right there on the spot. And the hook was fire. Don't ask us where these fucking records are. We don't know where these songs are. We just know we got paid and the experience was fucking amazing. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was a all around dope experience, bro.
Even just to go back to right before that, a crazy thing that happened. I was at the crib just on some random shit. This is, you know, like I said, this is during COVID and all that type of stuff. Turn on TV, I see Lotto and Ty Bree.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who Ty Bree is, but okay, I'm jamming. I'm like, who is it? Okay, cool. I shit you not. About a week later, this nigga called me to the studio, telling me, all right, we got a studio session, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna show it up. I'm gonna show up because I trust this nigga. Guess who walk up? Yeah, Ty Bree. I'm like, I was just watching you on TV. I'm like,
free Ty Bree, man, free Ty Bree.
But that was just a crazy moment for me. It was just like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. Like that was a type of thing that was like, man, I'm not worried about none of this shit. I'm supposed to be here.
I had a few of those moments. And honestly, one of the reasons why I feel like one of the reasons why I know I haven't dropped, I haven't done anything. First of all, I had to get back into the spirit of the shit. I had to fall back in love with this shit, because when you do some shit and it's like you first off, you start off doing it for the love of it, the creativity of it, the camaraderie from the homies and everybody that you're doing it with.
For sure.
And then you get to a space where you done did all that shit, you done worked yourself up. Now you really doing this shit on some industry standard shit. And then that's a whole nother fucking loop and journey on its own, cause nigga, you think everybody that you come in contact with that says, oh, let's work, oh yeah, that's the homie, you think that shit is true. So for a nigga like me who take shit like that, who take family serious, if you call me family, nigga, I expect that. You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of things started to take shape, and I'm not even talking about Rich and Smash, because the contact is still open there, we still talk. It was more like on the other side and people that I met through them, and I was just like, damn, my nigga, you won't even respond to a DM or so that shit kind of, I was just like, yo, this shit really just fake as fuck. So it really just killed my whole joy for this shit. But like I said, I felt like I was cheated, even though it still was a dope moment. I still got to watch this record be performed on the big stage at Dreamville Fest. You know, I got a chance to watch that shit at the crib 2 years in a row. I felt like I was cheated out of an opportunity to go.
And I was there. I mean, I was in the crowd, but
so I feel like I was cheated out of an opportunity to go. So like my like that's the reason why I haven't really done this shit like that. Like I really had to fall back in love. I forgot what the fuck the main point of this shit was, but you said something. What you say?
I was talking about being well, my point was like I belong here, and it was
boom. So yeah, I feel like I was cheated from from 2 moments where I belong here. Like I was cheated from, like I only got 50% of it. Like nigga, it's like, bruh, imagine, first off, people don't even know this, but imagine somebody, your producer's hitting you up, asks you to do a record, you do a hook, boom. First off, you already know, nigga, we on the east side with it. We got the studio I went to in the motherfucking, boy, we gotta keep the dogs in the car, nigga, cause niggas try to go running your shit, bruh, and you might wanna go to this studio and have somebody that got a strap on you. You went to the crib, you went to their studio one time, but it was at a whole nother location. Okay. When I went to this one, they was on the other side of Memorial Drive, nigga. So it was different, a little different than what it was before. So I go there, nigga, and it's like I'm first off in the trenches, and now I'm like I'm doing this hook. Power go out, like everything that could have went wrong doing that session. So when I heard the actual record, nigga, I was like, fuck yes. So that first year it got performed on the show, I was like, I didn't even expect to go. I was just like, yo, nigga, I planned on sitting down and watching this shit on TV. And when it came on, boom, I was like, hell yeah, that's fire as fuck. And then, like the next, I was cheated the first time, because he did it 2 years in a row, but the second time he did it this year, he did it this past year, the last year. So that first time I felt like I was cheated, because I was like, damn, like, nigga, you was there and motherfuckers ain't even see if a nigga wanted to go. So I felt like I was cheated out of that moment, and once I felt like I was cheated out of that moment, it just felt like a slippery slope to a whole bunch of other shit that kind of just led me out of working with the people I was working with. So it started there. I know for a fact it started there. So I felt like I was cheated out of one of the moments, but that's being able to see something I had something to do with being performed on a big stage like that. Right. That's when I was like, oh, that's one of the moments I was like, oh, I belong here. I belong here. Everybody go through. I don't know if you've ever gone through it, but I know for the most part, everybody go through imposter syndrome.
Oh yeah, all the time. You got to think, like, we talking about damn near recent stuff. I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. Like, we talking about. Shout out to Scotty ATL. I was one of the first, people that was working with him. Yeah. He was signed to Block Entertainment at the time, and I was giving him beats, and we was working together, and then all of a sudden, I ain't heard from him. You know what I'm saying? So
this industry shit is treacherous.
That's industry shit.
Let me put this out there too, because I don't want to seem like a nigga crying over spilt milk or being like, oh, I would look. As far as with the certain person I was talking about, I was cheated out of opportunity. That's a whole nother thing. But as far as like my friends who do this shit and do this shit at a high level, I don't look at them niggas like, and probably you look at Scotty like this too. Like, you don't look at it like it's a slight that you niggas don't talk or converse as much as you used to. Right. It's more like, okay, nigga, you busy as shit.
Yeah.
Like you can't, like, it's no way possible. All these people tugging at you that you can possibly get at everybody. So I started to understand that a lot more too.
Yeah, I never really looked at him like, oh yeah, you ain't hit me up and you ain't blah blah. It's like, nigga, it is what it is. Like we worked together, it didn't work out. Cool, like I can move on. But that was, you know, you're talking about more of like, oh, I thought this is a family situation. I always looked at it was like, nigga, we making music. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't mix the two. You know what I'm saying? Like that
was my problem, nigga. I mixed all this shit up.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
we family, nigga. We spent 10 years together.
It's only a select. It's you. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? His brother is. You know what I'm saying? It's only a select few, but when we working on music, it's just music, bro. We talking about business. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the people that I do music with, for real, I fuck with them outside of music. I don't even mix the two, for real. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't make dope on no music shit. Like, I was just like, oh, I know that you fired though. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I know that I know you though. Like you my nigga. But you fired. Like that's how it was. It wasn't like, yo, this you owe me something or nothing like that.
See, my shit was kind of backwards. It was like, I met niggas through the music, so it was like, oh nigga, you fired.
But you
let's be friends.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. Ass backwards.
That's ass backwards. But now the niggas I rock with for sure now is niggas that I rock with on a different level than just music. We fuck with each other even if these mics was turned the fuck off.
For sure.
So now it's different. Now it's family. Now I ain't playing that industry shit no more. So it might take me a little bit longer to get where I'm trying to go, but at the same time, bro, it's gonna be worth it, bro. Nipsey ain't had no problem taking the stairs, so why the fuck should I have no problem taking the stairs, bro? And I feel like that's supposed to be my path anyway. It's not supposed to be quick.
Yeah, that comes with maturing and understanding who you are and understanding who the people are around you, for real. It's not really you know what I'm saying? It's not a thing that you just understand right away, because we are passionate about this music shit. Everybody is not. Everybody looking at it as
that shit'll piss you off.
A lick, you know, or something to do when you bored, or just, hey man, I can get some money out of this, or whatever it is. We don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to think. You were just saying about you were 13 or some shit like that. That's just. I was 20 something. I'm gonna be 40 next year. Like, so you gotta think, people don't do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really care about this shit.
Bro, it's been some years.
So that's what I'm saying. Niggas would have been stopped doing this shit.
And now that you even say it, you just opened up a pathway for some other shit, bro. I definitely I have gotten to a point where I don't even invite people into this setting unless I know for a fact that you about your shit. Cause I brought people into this setting and they wasted fucking time. They thought this shit was gonna be all sweet, all fun, all games, and it's just like, nah, nigga, this is a real deal. Yeah, it's supposed to be fun, you creating, but if you trying to cross into this, if you want to do this shit as a hobby, just say that. You want to do it when you want to, when you don't want, like when you want to pop in and out, cool, that's what you do. But if nigga, this shit is a lifestyle for a lot of us, dog.
Right.
And if you live this lifestyle with some certain rules, you gonna have to goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
It kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier. It was like, that's kind of how I was looking at you. I was like, I don't know, because you're a kid. Like, so I have always had that protection on me. It's like, I know I give a fuck about this. I don't know if you give a fuck about this. You know what I'm saying? So how would I know that as you're a 13-year-old? Like,
but
think about how that sounds.
Yeah, for sure.
As a grown ass man, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna take this 13-year-old rapper under my wing and
I'm not making that type of music. Like, what are we talking about?
And what's crazy, nigga, I wasn't making 13-year-old music. What's crazy, I thought of, and what's fucked up is, you know, it's crazy. I gotta give you some slack for that too, cause deep in my mind, bro, when I first started this shit and I was listening to my music and I was going through this shit, I was like, you know what? Especially around 18, I was like, don't expect for me to make it no time soon, cause my story has just begun. And until I live life the way I'm supposed to live life for the type of artist I'm supposed to be, nigga, until that story is started and start to take place, nigga, we not going nowhere because I don't have shit to talk about. I can talk about childhood and shit like that, but until I live this life and go through some shit, I'm not gonna make it. And I feel like I'm there at this point. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying. But think about who the fuck thinks like that. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck thinks like that? Like as a 13-year-old?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So me thinking, I'm like, no, like I'm doing this now. What are we doing? Like, if you're not ready, then you're not ready.
Yeah.
Are you wasting my time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm thinking as a grown ass man. Because a nigga with responsibilities, I don't have time to waste. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing you saying about other people, it's like I'm thinking the same thing. As a producer, I'm like, oh yeah, I made the beat. You rap, don't you? Yeah. You not gonna rap. Yeah. That's how a producer's thinking. So what we doing?
What's the name? You ever had somebody that feel like this shit's supposed to really just happen overnight?
Me personally, no. Okay. But
that's a blessing.
Yeah, I mean, I can weed that out very soon because, like I said, I've been doing it for so long. I know who gives a fuck about it, and I know who wanna just do it as a hobby or whatever.
I done found myself in some situations, and like I said, that's the reason why I vet now. Like I'm like. No bullshit. The person shout out to Pete when I was doing the podcast with Pete when we started. Like, nigga, we didn't start that shit just because bro I said I wanted to start a podcast and then he hopped in the DM like, yo, I want to do it too type shit. Yeah. It was about a year and a half of just talking and making sure that we was on one accord about certain shit before the first meeting even took place. Mm-hmm. So I vetted them, but shit happens and shit happens. So, but
I will say, we talking about vetting, but where are the actions? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we talking about somebody, did that person have a podcast? Has he had experience in anything?
That's the other thing. I didn't ask questions around that, and I think that's where we didn't get to a situation. We don't have a situation. It just got to a place where it's just like, basically, this is my shit now. So without the discussion. So
what I'm saying is, it's basically like a job interview. Where's your resume?
Yeah.
What have you done?
I'm definitely doing that from now on.
So this is a business, bro. Like
it's just not on the podcast. I don't want to make it seem like I'm just talking about P, but like I done had that shit on the music end. Mm-hmm. You was here, me with my own artist, having my own artist out. This is my first time having an artist. We doing songwriting, content. We doing fucking creative direction. We doing everything, and I'm just like, I take what I did. I take what I could. Took what I could from that situation, and that's the reason why we have this now, which is dope. Cause now I realize I did all of this shit for a buddy, and he did not take it serious. I take it serious, but I can do all this shit for myself.
For sure. But like I said, those conversations wasn't had.
Nah, it definitely wasn't.
So, those are the things that you're probably gonna have to take accountability for. It's like, hey, these are people are gonna do what you allow for real.
Nah, that's
so it's like, hey, I need to see what have you done, and I'm not talking about what have you done with me or whatever. If you really give a fuck about this, you were gonna do it by yourself.
That is a fact.
You need help, so I will be here to help you. Yeah. But I'm not gonna take you from not doing anything just to see, hey, you don't care about it. Yeah. Then that's my fault.
How I looked at it when I was working with Buddy, I looked at it from the same position where Rich and them came and got me. Like I was like, I seen something in you from what was brought to me, and I was like, okay, I can work with this. If we polish this shit up here, you can be something. And I definitely had that conversation a few times. Hey, bro, is this what you want to do, or is this a fucking hobby for you? Because for me, this is my life. I don't have no backup plan. Yeah, you see me taking these jobs and shit, but that's because a nigga has to have some type of income to support his life. You can't be a rap nigga, and especially after 25, nigga, that shit is no longer cute. You cannot be a broke nigga trying to be rapping. Like it is not that. So I do have a job, but this is my first priority. This is what I love to do. Whether I'm doing this podcast shit or I'm in this fucking booth doing what we do.
But like that's the thing about this whole thing. It comes with sacrifices.
No,
so it's like
they don't. A lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't fucking understand.
This is not something that you just go, hey, I like to do this. Let's try it out. It's like, hey, that's not how it kind of works because you have to dedicate most of your time to this because certain things you're just gonna have to sacrifice. Whether it's your family, whether it's your money, whether it's your job, whatever it is, something is gonna have to take a hit.
I realize
if you really give a fuck about it.
Yeah, I realize most people who do make it are those people who don't have a problem sacrificing. If they don't have a problem going without, and they don't have a problem with not worrying about with the outside eye. Of course, you're a human. You're gonna have a little bit of that, but most people don't really give a fuck about what the perception of them is gonna be.
Right.
Because they know at the same time, once they get to that promised land, dog, everybody gonna be like, "Oh, I always supported you."
Right. And a lot of it is gonna be fake. It is what it is.
Because nobody, what's crazy is nobody. If nobody's done it around you, nobody around you is gonna be able to fathom something like that happening. It's 1 in a million to motherfuckers. Like
they're just not gonna understand.
Nah, my mama hated this shit. I ain't gonna lie. When I first did this shit, when I first told her I wanted to be in the music, like it took her it slowly started to. She started to slowly support it. It took my first song for her to listen to. She walked in the room. I'm playing that shit. She's like, "Yo, who the hell is this? I like this." I'm like, "That's me."
Right.
She's like, "Oh damn," because the first time I ever told my mom I want to do music, she was like, "Nigga, you can't rap."
Wow.
Like, nigga, you ain't even heard me. How you gonna say that? You ain't even heard the boy.
Yeah, I ain't go through that.
Yeah, my mom was my first hater. My mama was my first hater.
Persevered.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. What's crazy, and that I feel like that's like that could have fucked up a lot of shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really have that experience. I didn't really share with my parents my music when I was pursuing it at first. But that's because, it was just like something that was unheard of. Yeah. I was doing things that just was unheard of. Yeah. At the time, and my influences were the super producers. Yeah. Kanye, the Swiss Beats, the Timbaland, and blah blah. These are mega producers. They know the biggest artists. Why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? That's how people kind of look at it. Like, who was an underground producer at that time? You got to think. Like, so when it came to me actually pursuing it, and it kind of took up my life, they looked at it and was like, oh, he really cares about this for real. And so it was, I had got a lot of support from my parents at that time. I was like, shout out to them. Like, they never really swayed me from doing it. And I was like, damn.
Let me get into this story and tell you what the fuck. Boy, I'm talking about when I decided to put my all into this, I was looked at like, nigga, you are throwing your life away. What the fuck are you doing? And I feel like I got the most judgment from my pops. And it'd be like, to be honest, it'd be like, nigga, how dare you? How dare you judge me for what I'm trying to do? Yeah. Like, even to the point where like my body got, and let's just go, I don't have a problem saying this on camera. My dad had a very, very, I don't know what word to use, but he had a serious drug problem. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, nigga, music, nigga, you smoke weed, you start dabbling in shit, but weed was the only thing I dabbled in. Like, that's the only drug I ever really fuck with. Yeah. But, nigga, I remember, just say this, bro. Imagine you doing a show, it's at least 100-something people there. Mm-hmm. Big stage. All you care about, you know what I'm saying, is your mom and your pop. You know your pops is gonna be there, and he's never seen you perform or do none of this shit. Yeah. Nigga. So what happened was, I get on stage, I start performing, my peoples ain't there. It's the first time this ever happened to me. Now I was flustered. I was fucking up lyrics. I was visibly fucked up to the point where my management at the time had to step back in his rapper role and come on stage and help me with my song.
Yeah.
This what happened, bro. This what I seen. I seen my mom come to the stage. She immediately all in line. Hey, we here. My pops came. He behind her. He just sitting there. Nigga, I see him and I'm happy as fuck to see him. Now I'm like, I'm in my bag. I throw a salute to the nigga. He says, walks the fuck away. In the middle of me, I'm watching this nigga walk this way. And I'm like, nigga on stage.
Yeah.
I'm fucked up. And like, OG, like, Claude, you just met him, like, nigga, we get off stage, bro. He like, nigga, what is going on with you, dog?
Yeah.
And he was like, nigga, your moms was running to the stage. Like, he chewed me the fuck out.
Yeah.
He's like, nigga, you can't afford to have, like, leave all that emotional shit out of this. You can't afford none of this shit.
Right.
And then I think another, and it kind of came back, because this the night I opened up Facade at Harlem Nights.
Okay.
My dad took me. And he was in the crowd. He had a little bitch with him, whatever. Went up there and killed that shit. This nigga had the nerve. And this is probably a year, 2 years later. This nigga was like, yeah, bro, you way better than I thought you would be. Like, bitch ass nigga.
Right.
I'm way better than what you thought I am, nigga. You could have known that 2 years ago, nigga, but you walked away.
Yeah.
Like, so like, that, I come from that side of it. Like, nigga, like, and then even to the point where like, my pops thought, I'm deep in this shit, bro. Like, so like around this point in time, like, it's right before like he was getting sick, but it's like before he like took a turn for the worst type shit. I came to Atlanta, but you know, studio sessions, bro, like real studio sessions, bro, them bitches be start probably around 9 p.m. Don't end till about 5 and 6, 7 in the morning.
Yep.
So my body is programmed that way. So this nigga would see me, he'd say I'll sleep all day, but I'll be up all night.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, he told my mom I was on cocaine.
Oh shit.
That nigga told my mom I was on coke, bro. And I was like, dog, that just shows how much you don't fucking know shit. Like, you don't know about me. That's the background that I came from with the music shit.
I will say, like, that is definitely a disconnection. Like, and I experienced a little bit with my parents, but it's like their disconnection didn't really make me feel like I was excluded from their support. So they really was like, I don't understand what's going on, but I support you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I got from my parents, especially my dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? To this day, I mean, he shares my shit. Whatever I post, he shares it. So it's kind of like he always was there and wanted to support what I got going on. Whether he know, but I ain't gonna say that. My dad be tapped in a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like he fuck with Kendrick. Like he fuck with what's going on. He just not really like. I mean, niggas old. Like, you know, it is what it is. But it's like, I wouldn't expect him. Like, he know who Lil Durk is and all these types of people. Like, he know what's going on. So we don't have conversations about hip hop culture and all that type of stuff. But when he brings up stuff that's going on in the news about a hip hop, somebody that's got, what I'm saying, locked up or something like that, I'm like, why do you know who this is?
Yeah.
Like, I just
music. I thank God for music, because honestly, music has because I went to therapy, but I went to therapy in 2020 after my pops passed. So music to me, now looking back on it, has always been a form of therapy, not just doing music, but the journey in itself. Because it doing this shit, you have to go on a mission of self-discovery. Depending upon what. Hey, let me not put that on y'all. Cause some people don't go on that self. They are whatever gimmick they want to be. and whatever they want to portray. But as far as me and the type of people that I listen to and I grew up, I feel like you have to go on self-discovery to be as authentic as possible. So going on that self-discovery, I feel like it was the same thing as therapy. So it was certain situations I was put in that I know for a fact that I had to grow from. And it was like, you know what I'm saying, music opened up my eyes that like, to show me that, damn bro, this whole time you really would have did whatever just for that. I'm proud of you.
Oh, that's deep.
You would have did music, you would have did hooping, you would have played tennis, you would have did whatever just to hear them 3 words, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm gonna work myself, and I'll hopefully I'll feel like he is. But that's one of the reasons. That's one of the biggest driving forces in my shit. And I had to really understand that shit. And like I said, music, my journey through music had helped me realize that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. What's crazy is I heard you say this. You said 2020 was a good year for you. Or
I think it was a good opportunity for me. Like it was more just like, hey, this is what's happening. What can I do with this? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's just a good year because of course I was scared. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, just like everybody else. But like I said, I'm an intentional person, so I know, and I live in the moment. So whatever is going on, I have to react to whatever's going on at the moment. I don't really go too far forward, and I don't look back.
Yeah. So you remember when I said earlier, I said I'm not gonna make it until my story is like it's starting to be written, right? I feel like a great chunk of that was written in 2020.
Okay.
Whether it was just a lot of shit that I learned about myself, about my family, and I was just like, okay. In a sense, growth-wise, it was great for me. But nigga, the shit that I went through that year was the absolute fucking worst. Like I wouldn't wish that shit on my worst enemy, bro. But going through that shit, like I feel like what's crazy, we don't like we're connected, but like certain shit like with us is literally on the opposite ends of the spectrum. So he said 2020 was a great opportunity from. I feel like 2020 stole a lot of great opportunity from me.
Gotcha.
Like nigga, it's like if you go back and listen to No More Losses, like I had just hit my stride as a songwriter. And if COVID wouldn't have happened, ain't no telling what certain records would have hit, what could have happened, what content would have been out, what position I would be in right now. I feel like that shit stole a lot of shit from me. It also put something in me that wasn't in me then. Like I have a crazy mind. I've always been an individual, but I stand on that shit now. I don't need no army. I realized that then. Nigga, when you sitting there and you see your pops laying on his deathbed, bro, and you the only one there. You the only one that's gotta bear that. You the only one that's really, motherfuckers got hella questions for you and you ain't got no answers for them about the situation. And it's just like, nigga, I'm really the only person bearing this shit by my fucking self. So like, yeah, bro. So I felt like that shit stole like crazy amount of opportunity from me. Plus, like I was just thrown a whole bunch of responsibility that I did not ask for. Didn't fucking ask for it. So,
I mean, yeah, but just to go back to that, like for me, it kind of just lined up to where it was like, man, 2020. I went into 2020 on probation.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Dog, I didn't know that was. I didn't know that led into 2020.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It was a lot of work that I did, and I went through some shit, and I was just like, all right, so I have to do this. I was on probation, and then COVID hit. Yeah. So it's like I have literally no choice but to just sit at the crib and figure out what the fuck I'm going to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, so it's a gift and a curse. Everything I look at life as that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I ask you this. So how was your, and I guarantee you this is gonna be totally on the opposite end again, but we're able to come together and be able to talk about that experience with this shit. How was your experience with therapy? Do you think it was a good thing?
That's a complicated question for me. I do think it was a positive for me. But therapy as a whole, I do have a couple of issues with it. Of course, you have to find your a therapist that works for you.
Yeah.
And so that's a trial and error thing. I just never really went through that trial and error because of the system of finding a therapist and all that type of stuff. Does it work with your insurance? Does it all that type of stuff?
Yeah.
And it's like, nigga, I just want help. Like, I just want to talk to somebody. Like, that type of shit. It's like, when the business type shit gets me away from it. Like, it's just like, I get that, at least for me, like you was talking about how the music is a form of therapy for you and that type of shit. That's how I look at it. That's how I always kind of looked at it. But when I actually did it and sat down with a actual therapist face to face, it was like, oh, I get it, because I broke down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, oh, when I started talking about these things that I didn't know that was bothering me or hurt me.
Yeah.
It was like, oh shit. I got to let that out. And now that I let that out, it's like I can go back and figure out why I feel this way. Right. And I didn't know that I felt this way until I started talking about it.
So I'll say this. What therapy did for me, I had 3 sessions, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't last that long. These motherfuckers started peeling layers back. And then I was like, oh shit. I'm opening up shit that I didn't necessarily want to open up. I'm going, like, we predating shit that I'm even thinking about right now. I'm going to therapy for my present problems.
Gotcha.
This nigga want to go back. And I was like, oh my fuck, shit I ain't thought about in fucking years, bro.
That's the thing that you
Oh
learn.
my God, that's when I realized, we about to take a turn. That's when I realized, maybe I do have an issue with black women.
Okay.
Not on some like
I didn't know that was going
on. No. Not on some like I hate you type of shit. But it's like after sitting down and watching that whole shit with, cause people don't know this, but after my pops passed, my mom was there on the last day. Like I spent like 2 weeks with him before, or a week. No, he passed January 14th. I spent 2 weeks with him in the hospital. So, like I said, I'm dealing with that shit all by myself, dog. Just by myself. I got to a point where I called my mom. I was like, hey bro, I can't do this shit no more. So if I'm reaching out to you for help. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying, hey, I can't do this by myself. I need somebody here. So she came. She brought my grandma, my auntie, you know what I'm saying, my little cousin, my brother. She brought some people out there. However, after the experience, I would have much rather have went through this shit by myself. Cause then you realize, and this might just be my perception, you know what I'm saying? And it might just be a personal thing for, but when people generalize shit from their experiences, so we're gonna roll with that. So I might have an issue with black women as a whole for just some of this, and that's everybody, for some of the shit that's happened with me, with the black women in my life. Yeah. So I realized that, nigga, my feelings, how I feel, what I'm going through, it never mattered to the women, or at least this group of women in my life. Cause when I lost him, nigga, I was attacked, fucking talked about. I was, nigga, not supported. Motherfuckers dogged me. And it's like, damn, bro, like I'm the one who lost here. Mm-hmm. I lost my father, bro. I'm his only son.
Yeah.
I lost, and everybody has riding my fucking ass, right? That's when I sat there and I realized, oh damn, I went through a loss and motherfuckers wasn't there. And these are the people that's in my life and they wasn't there. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the fact that now I go back, cause I always say this. I never allowed my father to disrespect my mom in front of me. Mm-hmm. And after he passed, I don't allow her to fucking disrespect him in front of me. So you always say, when I tell him I check his ass about that shit, like don't talk about my mom. You ain't got no right. You wasn't there, nigga. She was. So you ain't got that right. I check his ass. He be like, I'ma shut the fuck up, but you'll understand when you get older. And nigga, that was not the wake up call I wanted. Like, I started seeing like, bro, like even my stepsisters, bro, like motherfuckers was like tagging me and paid, like they'd do like a memorial post about my dad and be like, oh, he left behind a mother and a son who didn't give a fuck about him. Like I got tagged in them type of statuses.
Yeah. As
I'm dealing with this shit. Then it's like, I realized that it wasn't so much of my dad and his shit that drove a wedge in our relationship. It was also she had fault in it too.
His relationship with her.
Yeah. Like yeah. So like she stood in the way of what could have been. Like me and him.
Gotcha.
She stood in the way of that shit. And I don't lie, bro. I think I have a grudge about that shit. Cause that's like, damn, bro. This whole time, I badmouth this nigga, talk shit about this nigga.
Okay, I see.
Thought about the worst about this nigga, and
right.
It wasn't even completely his fault. You had fault in this. Mm-hmm. And I grew up in this fairy tale that nigga, whatever a woman says, does, however she acts, nigga, it's golden. She can't do no wrong. Yeah. But going through it, nigga, exes and going through relationships and shit, going through that, and then going through that with my moms, and it's just like, damn, bro, you can't think outside of yourself for shit. And I, for whatever reason, I've always ended up with women like that. So my experiences, maybe I do come at women a certain way now. I've had to sit there and think about that. But I also say some good came of it, because now I can sit here, and the good that came from it was I have a different mindset and a different vision for what I want for my family.
Because of what you went through.
Yes.
Yeah. Completely.
I don't want no dysfunction. My dad left niggas in shambles, bro. Like, no insurance by the nigga. Like, nigga, when I went through and we knew how much money was really supposed, bro, that nigga blew through some cash. He took over power of attorney and blew through some shit. Some shit that could have took care of niggas.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, nigga, even in death, bro, like, you ain't give a fuck. That's how I felt. So like, I came in that bitch with like some hatred. So when I realized that hatred wasn't all his fault, that shit fucked my world up. So now I'm mad at every woman in the world, nigga. Man. And I never thought that shit would, and it's crazy for me because this is my first time actually being able to say it out loud. Like, I've always thought about it, but it's like, this is my first time being able to say it out loud. And it's just like, damn, bro. Like, and that's why I say music was that getaway. It was that getaway from, you know, my feelings aren't being, and now that I'm putting the shit together, my feelings aren't being taken serious in this arena right here with her. But I also, in this arena, I haven't been able to get him to be like, yo, I'm proud of you. You doing something I'm proud of. Da-da-da-da. So it plays in both parts. So I'm trying to seek approval throughout this shit.
Right.
And I had to get away from that shit because I knew for a fact if I was doing it from that standpoint, I wasn't doing it. And I wasn't doing it from a healthy standpoint.
Exactly.
So
because you will always be chasing it.
That's a fact.
I just want to go a little bit back to something that you were saying about you not really knowing where he was coming from when it comes to his relationship with, you know, your mother and stuff like that. Obviously, you know now that it's like, hey, he was dealing with some shit that you had no idea.
I found out so much shit about my pops after the fact, dog.
So, you know, for me, just seeing, you know, outside looking in, you know, and I deal with this too. With maturity, I start to look at people as humans for real. Like, we don't know what people really going through.
No, you don't.
And yes, it may affect you in a way, but it's not purposeful. You don't know that they're just really doing their best. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't know because they didn't do the work on themselves to understand that they're hurting somebody.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I really have, like, I've worked on that when it comes to people. And, you know, you don't really see me get angry about what people do and all that type of stuff. Because I learned to understand.
Yeah.
I understand that people are human. I don't know what this person went through that did me wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, they did me wrong, but man, he don't know. He just went through something that he don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. It's like,
and that's another level of growth.
Exactly.
That I think I've reached also, because now that I've learned a little bit more about my mom, and I'm like, fuck, like, nigga, I can't even be mad at you. Exactly. Fuck, like, we all fucked up. Like, we projecting what we fucking went through.
You project what you go through, and that's just a way of life. But you don't understand that when you're young, because you think that everything is really about you.
I ain't gonna bullshit you though, bro. I wish I would have, cause I kind of look at myself in a, not gonna say I'm like disappointed in myself, but it's like, fuck, man, like I missed out, bro. Like I really missed out. I could have had a smooth. My dad was a cool nigga, bro. Like anybody you talk to that knew my pops, like, yo, bro, your dad was cool as fuck. Life of the party, cool as shit, bro. And I see him around motherfuckers, bro. I think the dopest thing, and I've never say seeing somebody die is dope, but the dopest thing ever, bro, when he did pass, bro, my dad was full on player, bro. And hell, my mama on one side, ex-wife on the other side. Bruh, I'm talking about real deal player shit. I was like, hey man, that's me. You know what I'm saying? So I started realizing, like, hey bro, like, these motherfuckers had a life before me.
Sure.
It affected them, and they came up in a generation where fucking trying to express your feelings was looked at as some soft shit, some shit that you don't do.
Yeah,
kids are supposed to
some shit that never even happened.
Yeah,
you gotta think, like, at least from my perspective, I'm the son of 2 soldiers.
Yeah,
we talking about Army veterans. We talking about people that don't have emotions.
Yeah,
they have to
kill them shits.
Yeah, so that's what raised me. So I had to go backwards. I didn't have emotions.
Yeah, so
I learned emotions when I was 30.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know what anxiety was. I didn't know what none of this depression. I didn't know none of that shit. And I was like, oh shit, this is what people be going through.
Yeah.
Like, so it made me, I know that I was fortunate because I had my parents and they loved me, and it wasn't like we hugged every day and we said I love you, and that none of that shit happened.
Yeah.
But I know that that's what it was.
Yeah.
They was there.
But
I know people didn't have that. They, you know what I'm saying? People didn't grow up with that. So I know that I was fortunate. But that still takes a toll on you. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, you gotta think, like, for me to even have that and feel that way, people that didn't have that is even worse off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay. That's why I don't take shit personal when people do wrong or feel some type of way about me or whatever. I know that it's you. Like, you're going through something.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's one of the things that I had to learn in my older age. It's like, man, people are really going through shit and you don't know what they're going through. But, you know me for a long time. If somebody has a problem with me, that's probably them. It's probably an issue that they going through. I don't have problems with people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just know that I don't go through that shit with people. Like, if somebody has a problem with me, it's probably them. Like,
it's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh God. But yo, look, I just looked at the time, bro. We had 1 hour and 18 minutes. What I want to do is we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna come back for a part 2 tomorrow. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna do a part 2. We definitely gonna do a session 2. So shout out to Chop for coming through, bro. I feel like we got some good shit off. I feel like it's gonna be even better tomorrow.
For sure.
So make sure y'all tune in. This is my first 2-part. You know what I'm saying? I had to do it with my dog, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Oh yeah, I don't know if y'all can see, but yeah, shout out to motherfucking Aaliyah Cannon. You know what I'm saying? old Cannon on the shorts, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I had to shout you out just for the shorts. But yeah, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, kill the comment section, keep the conversation alive. See y'all next time.
Peace.